Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Justin and Joseph Show.
We forgot to pay the bills. Not again.
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up, guys? Triple C here. I'm Joseph.
I'm Justin.
And this A&J Show, episode 5.
Yes.
And what is today's topic?
Well, today we're going to be talking about a very hot topic.
I'm excited
Team
about this.
Viper
Team Viper.
versus Team Corvette. Even though I'm more of a Viper guy, but I'll take Team Corvette this time.
He's grown up with a Corvette as well, so.
I actually have. I have grown up with the Corvettes. But I also grew up with Vipers, too. I grew up with them both.
Anyway, go on
started.
and let's get started. So let's give us some quick stuff. First things first, let's give us some quick history background. Dodge Viper was started off in 1992 when funny enough, Shelby from Ford actually came in and was asked by Dodge to create a super car, and so they had a couple days to finalize it for an event. I forget what the exact event was, but they had an event to happen, and they had a couple days to do it, and he designed it right there, and it was the Dodge Viper, and that was when it was born. They put it right into production, made a pre-production model, which ended up looking very, very, very similar to the actual production model, which hands down definitely wins me over even more. The fact that it was a pre-production model that looked exactly like the post-production model, and so the Dodge Viper was born. That took to about 1990. Gen 1 took about to 1995, and then 1995 to about 1999 to 2000 was Gen 2. Gen 2, then after that, the Viper was out of production till about 2004, which then started the birth of Gen 3. Gen 3 took a big leap from 2004 to 2010, 2011, I think.
I want to say so, yeah.
And then another break happened where it stopped production from 2010, 2011 to about 2014, 2015 when Gen 5 came out. And Gen 5 was sadly, rest in peace of the Viper, took it all the way down to 2017 when the last Viper year was created. Let's go off of Justin. We're talking about the Corvette.
All right, so the Corvette was started in the 50s as a rival to some of the European sports cars. We've seen this done before. Ford had the Mustang, and then Dodge had probably nothing to compete with because Dodge was more of all about muscle cars, not about really sports cars. So, so the Corvette was born, and if I were to go through generations, we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
So there's 8 generations of Corvette. But what we're going to be talking about is settling the debate, because that's what we like doing. We like taking debates in the car community and kind of
giving our opinions on it.
Yeah, and kind of watering it down. Watering down some of the fire that you guys have on Viper versus Corvette, which honestly is such a stupid fight. But that's why we're...
Go ahead.
It's on the show. So, let's start with where the Viper and Corvette feud started. When the Viper started.
1992.
Okay, so 1992, that would have had the C4 Corvette, which was actually this thing. And the engine, believe it or not, in the top of the line 01 was tuned by Lotus.
Ooh, of course, another big name that Justin loves is Lotus.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So that's where it started. So, I don't know what else to say. I know one of the biggest complaints was definitely the Viper felt very cheap. And yeah, looking back on it, it is very cheap, but that was what a lot of the cars were. A lot of cars had a lot of plastic. Plastic was a huge deal in the 90s.
So easy to get and so easy to build.
Exactly. Even the Corvette, the C4, it really used plastic a lot. So let's debunk that theory. If there's more, leave them in the comments below, and I guess we'll shout them out or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah,
let's move it up a generation.
So Gen 3, which is a Gen 2. So you want to do Gen 2 or Gen 3?
Let's do Gen 2.
Gen 2, okay.
So that's what?
Gen 2 Viper was about the 1995 to 1999, I think. 2000.
Okay, so that would bring us up to C5 Corvette, which is this thing. Don't have too many good information thingies on those.
Stunk.
It was the last car tied with the Lotus Esprit to have pop-up headlights. So yeah, that's something. So yeah, you got the C5 Corvette versus the Viper.
Gen 2 Dodge Viper. Gen 2 Dodge Viper again had the 8.3 liter V10 engine. Very, very, very similar design. Just kind of a little bit more robust. Justin, why don't you show a picture of that? Bam, right there. A little bit more robust. A wonderful looking car. Again, same thing in general. The power was definitely there, making almost 600 horses on a stock engine. No tuning needed, just pure power, which in my opinion definitely was lacked in the Corvette. But of course, I am more of a muscle guy compared to a more of a quote-unquote luxury guy. The Corvette was more of a mass-produced car versus the Dodge Viper, which was a track-based beast. So
there you go. All right, C6 versus
Gen 3.
4, right?
C6? No, C6. Yeah, Gen 3.
So I think this is really where everything started heating up. The thing is that they both look very similar. And
interiors, even just to add on to that, Dodge, there's always memes out there, and I don't know if we'll ever find them, but there's memes out there with people copying off of each other, and it's Dodge writing on his paper, and then Chevy looking over and copying the answers. In my honest opinion, I definitely agree with that, because I feel that Dodge had a very, higher precedence to them, and of course they kind of tried to create their own kind of name, and then that's when Chevy stepped in and said, I'm going to be your rival. So that was kind of the years when it started really starting to heat up, as Justin said. It was the boiling point was when Chevy finally stepped in and said, I'm your rival, Dodge Viper, and we're going to battle it out.
Exactly. So we'll go to C7 versus Gen 5, right?
C7 was 2000 what?
14.
2014. So I think it's going to be a Gen 3. Gen 4. Gen 4.
I think Gen 4 actually happened within the time frame
of
the C6.
You're right. So Gen 5, I feel the Dodge Viper had a very
it went through
two breaks,
Yeah, two breaks within the time of the Corvette. When it came back in 2013 with the Gen 5 body style, which is this thing, I don't even know how to put it. It looked a lot like how the Corvette looked in 2014, which was a year later. In 2013, when Dodge released it, the Corvette it had the ZR1. So that was 2013. So that was something. But 2014, now they have a car that looks like the Gen 5 Viper. And of course, everyone's like, oh, it looks like a Viper. But the thing is that the Viper came out in 2013. Corvette came out in 2014. So I think that's sort of where the shade kind of
more boiled up, because of the fact that there's that fine line where it's like, if you look at a C7, Justin showed that, versus a Gen 5 Viper, showed that as well. You can see very similarity in the front grille, as well as similarity, not exact, not picture perfect, but you can see the kind of front lines kind of looking very similar, as well as the headlights. Of course, the Viper was a little bit more smooth and kind of circular, while the Corvette was kind of more pointed. So that's when they kind of were like, that's where another heated point was, when the Viper and the Corvette were battling it out, which is, as I said, which we think is Chevy copying off of Dodge.
It's true.
But I think that's, of course, course, with the Viper's
Cancellation.
short life, because consumers just weren't able to just fork over the money. Then the newest Dodge Viper, the 2017 Dodge Viper, was looking at, and it wasn't even the base model. It wasn't the base model. Base model of the Dodge Viper ACR was looking at upwards to 120 grand. And of course, no one was able to fork that over, especially because of the fact that during that time, I think we were just coming off of a recession in the business cycle. And so we were trying to repair ourselves, and of course, money was really tight. And so, in the end, whether or not you believe it or not, Corvette did not kill the Viper, the business cycle did. Viper, again, is my honorary favorite dream car forever and ever. Well, Justin, of course, is a Viper guy, but he's on Team Vet for today. Definitely, in the end, the C8 Corvette, which is the new one, the 2021 C8 Corvette, definitely looks hideous. It doesn't look bad. It's not Corvette.
It looks like a Ferrari. But now the Corvette guys are quiet. So I think that they can't really say anything now, because now their car looks like another car.
So does that really say something about Chevy back in 2014 when they supposedly didn't copy off of the Dodge Viper? Well, the world may never know.
Yep.
Because in all honesty, you really can't see what's in the back of everybody's minds. Always be careful.
Yep.
Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It was a very fun little conversation. I know we didn't get to topic everything because we were kind of short on time, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. Of course, you have any comments or questions down below, drop them in the comments. But with that, of course, thank you guys so very much for watching this video. Please show us, look at all the links in the beginning of the video to check us all out on all the social medias. But with that, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Justin.
And we will triple see you later. Peace, guys.